Four Downs with Rich.
Here we go.
Okay, first down here, divisional playoff weekend. You see it a lot in college, where a kid doesn't show up on offense for much of the year, but he's been doing a lot in practice. And he's been learning the system. And he's been doing stuff on special teams, but you don't really notice that. And all of a sudden, towards the end of the year, that kid is really good. And you could see he's a keeper. And he's also a game changer. And somebody can actually do well in a bowl game because of it. You see it in college. You don't see it too much in the pros.
Not really.
Except with the New Orleans Saints. Deontay Harris is a guy who has been on special teams. He had, going into the wild card win against the Bears, 25 targets on offense all year. 25 targets on offense all year. And then comes the divisional playoff games when they targeted him 7 times, and he caught all of them for 83 yards. And you know whose attention he caught? Deontay Harris caught Bruce Arians' attention, asked about getting Mike Thomas back and how that affects the Buccaneers' defensive plan. He said this about the Saints and Thomas. He's a heck of a player, but the guy that scares me is Deontay Harris, said Bruce Arians. He's really, really fast, and when he was in there, it's a different ball game. Mike is a bruiser and a chain mover, but Deontay Harris can go to the house quick. You know Emmanuel Sanders, you know Mike Thomas. Jared Cook has been playing very well of lately. You know Kamara, you know Latavius, and you know the old Swiss Army knife in Taysom Hill. If you've got a quick game changer in Deontay Harris added to that mix, look out and look for Harris, number 11 in your program and potentially number 1 in the New Orleans Heart for divisional playoff weekend. Keep an eye out for that. Here's second down.
Second down.
Now it's somewhat of a rarity. This is the 33rd all-time playoff matchup between two teams that have played each other already, and one team has swept them.
Oh.
Playing for a third time. Only 32 times before have we seen a matchup in the playoffs between two teams where one has swept the other in the season series going into the playoffs. History shows that the New Orleans Saints are going to win the sweepstakes this weekend. Previous record of sweepers in the previous 32 games coming in. In the third game, the previous record of the sweepers is 20-12 in game number 3. Then when you say, well, let's filter it down even closer. What is the record of the team that's at home that has already swept the season series? 17-7.
Yikes. History
has its eyes on the New Orleans Saints. Now, if you want to be fair and balanced, filter it down to the division weekend. It's only 10 times. This is only the 11th time out of the 33. So a third of the previous games that we have seen, for such an instance, only a third of them have been played in divisional playoff weekend. And the sweepers are just 6-4 in those games.
Good stats.
Food for thought.
Good stats.
Food for thought. Third down. You could make this case. You could make the case. And I'm going to make it, even though I don't have the full scope of what we've seen before. And, you know, the Pro Football Hall of Fame is chock full of great quarterbacks that have played in the same playoff weekend with each other. But you could make the case this is the greatest divisional playoff quarterback round ever.
Oh, wow.
You could make this case. There are 4 Super Bowl MVPs playing this weekend. Brady, Breeze, Mahomes, and Rodgers. There are 4 regular season MVPs playing this weekend. You just remove Breeze from that mix because, unbelievably, he's never won that award. Put in Lamar. There are 5 Super Bowl quarterbacks on this list. You put in Brady, Mahomes, Breeze, and Rodgers and add Jared Goff. There are 2 first overall selected quarterbacks on this list in Goff and Mayfield. There are 3 first-round quarterbacks from just 3 years ago on this list in Allen, Lamar, and Mayfield. I'm looking at this screen right here, and I know that you got somebody who's still, in many ways, considered unproven in the same way that you would look at 3 quarterbacks that were drafted just 3 years ago in Allen, Lamar, and Mayfield. But put it all together, and then you've got a matchup that will never be topped in Brady versus Breeze. Never. We'll never see it again in terms of the combined quarterback statistics on one field in one do-or-die playoff game. 4th down.
Oh, that was a great down.
4th down. My hot take plank is right here, thanks to my buddy Tom Persons of
There it is.
A divisional
Tom Person
hot
of Cedar
take.
Spills. He made this hot take. Here's my divisional weekend hot take. And it is a hot take because it's kind of like a bold prediction out of game day morning. It's that style, okay?
Totally fine.
Is that, as you know, this year with COVID, there's no fans in the stands, or at least not as what we're used to. So you're seeing results throughout the year that you don't normally see because the road team doesn't have to deal with the 12th man, for instance, last week, Rams in Seattle. And then put that together with this new playoff format. We still don't know what we don't know on it. And what we already saw in the playoff format was not one, but 2 6 seeds winning on Wild Card Weekend. And the 5 seeds also won. So you saw road teams win, and you're seeing seeds that normally would be playing against division winners. Now they had an opportunity even to potentially host a divisional playoff game. The reason what I'm saying is this. Only twice since 2010 and 2016 have we seen multiple road teams win a divisional playoff weekend. I say this weekend we're going to see it again.
Oh.
2 road teams will win this weekend.
Whoa.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you who.
We want to know.
I don't know.
Tell us,
I
Rick.
don't know what I don't know under this new playoff format. What I'm saying is 2 road teams are going to win a divisional playoff weekend. Last time it happened was in 2016 when, speaking of Jared Cook, he dotted the sideline with an Aaron Rodgers beautiful throw against T.J. Jefferson's Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. And Pittsburgh won in Kansas City. You remember that game? Yep. Where they had to delay it because of to a night game. That birthed the start times you see this weekend. Yeah. Because they had to move that to a night game. It's not bad playing a divisional playoff game under the lights. And then in 2010, Green Bay beat Atlanta. And my Jets couldn't wait against New England in divisional playoff weekend. That's the last 2 times. 2 road teams won a divisional playoff weekend.
Bucks and who?
If I had to guess, it would be Lamar and the Ravens. If you want to hold me to it, that's where I would go.
Too.
I don't know. Who knows, man?
I have no idea either. No idea.
Who knows?
But I'm just saying those are my 4 downs for divisional playoff weekend. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.